And just like I suspected, and like you can see in the video, you see down there, you got black soot. You want it to be pushed down. Push it down, a little turn like that. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Apparently I was wrong with the battery. So if you watched our previous video, basically what you're seeing here is all the lights, or warning lights anyway, are popping up on the dash once again. So I replaced the battery. I figured the battery fails quite easily on these trucks. It doesn't really give you any warning, and when it does start to fail anyways, you'll get these lights for a couple times, and then you'll go and start your truck one day and you'll just have nothing. So I thought it was the battery, swapped it out. Not that that's a bad thing, because Nissan batteries suck, but here we are once again with the lights on the dash. And now when you're driving like this, when it initially pops on, if you are to put it in drive, put it over to manual mode, because all the lights are on, you can see it won't let you go into manual mode. And also it doesn't seem to shift over like third gear. So you'll be putting along and you're only going to go, you know, about 40 kilometers an hour, and you're up around the 4,000 RPM mark. So if it's the same as last time, I haven't shut the truck off yet. Let's see here. We'll fire it up. Let it sit for a second. Turn it back on again. And just like last time, you can see that the check engine light stays on, but the rest have all disappeared. So, lucky for me, I have the Z1 off-road tune, and with that tune comes a little app, and you can actually check codes on the truck. So, I don't have my GoPro with me, so I'm just gonna basically snapshot the picture of it and post it up here for you guys to show you what it looks like. But I'm pretty positive with this, because you can see on there what it says. It's going to be the brake switch. So there you go. With that app, you can check the codes. As you've seen, it shows the brake pedal throttle position sensor. So that tells me that it's the brake switch. And then because all the lights pop on, it also gives you under the HVAC ABS code, that was that C, whatever the numbers were there, it'll pop up. It's nothing to do with the HVAC. It just comes up as that code when the dash lights up like it does. So again, I'm gonna get the switch, and then I'll show you how to put it in here once it arrives, and then hopefully we don't have to make another video like this one. All right, so lights came on and we are back with the little brake switch. This is what you need. The part number, I'll put the link down below. These things are super cheap. I'll show you when I take the other one off. You may be able to kind of clean it and fix it up, but like I said, they're, you know, going for McDonald's is more than this thing costs. So it's basically a little switch. You have a plunger up top. You'll see when we get under the truck. Basically, when you release your brake, it comes up and it pushes that in. That tells your truck that the brakes are released. Your lights go off, everything goes, away you go. When you press the brake, it comes off, tells you everything. Okay, if you're in cruise control or whatever, all that shuts off and such. So for some reason, they have this switch connected to everything. That's why when this starts to go haywire, all the lights on your dash go haywire. So it's easy to fix. It's a bit of a pain to get at, but I'm going to show you, because in the front, basically follow your brake pedal up and you're going to see this guy under there. I'll show you how easy it is to disconnect and swap out, and then this should officially solve our check engine light problem, or our Christmas light, we'll say, because all of them come on the dash. But this is your culprit right here, and I'll show you exactly what I mean when I get the other one out. All right, so we're gonna swap over to my phone to give you guys a little more light, easier to see, and hopefully I can show you how to do this. Basically what you're looking for is your brake pedal, and you're gonna follow your brake pedal all the way up. So if you look, you go about, I don't know, pretty much all the way up. You have that little plate there in your top left-hand corner. If you look, zoom out a little bit, there is your switch right there. Now you have two of them under here. The close one that's all white is the one you're looking for. The one behind it with the kind of yellowy, goldish brown clip, that is your cruise control. You don't want to mess with that one. That's not the one we're switching. We're switching the one with the white clip. Now if you look at the bottom, this is what I mean. You can press your brake pedal. So all I'm doing is pushing on it with my hand. If you look up there now, when I push down, you can see the little plungers like I mentioned pop out. So when you put this switch back in, don't press on the brake pedal at all, but you can see they're fully compressed, both of them. So once you get this out, you want to put the new one in the same way. So when you press it, they both come out at the same time. So basically this is for when you press your brake, that tells the truck to turn your brake lights on and stuff. And if you're in cruise control mode, again, when you press it, it cancels out cruise control. So it's as easy as that. It's a simple switch. What you want to do, come up there, the little tab on the left-hand side, you just compress it and pull out, and then the switch itself just twists out. All right, so to get this out, you want to disconnect the top here. Basically that fat plastic part, you'll see this under here better than you'll see in the video. You press and pull and that'll come out. And then for the switch, all you do is grab it, my hand's in the way, but you do a quarter turn. It's easy to turn. See if I can get it this way. Basically just turn and it pulls straight out like that and your switch is out. And then once you have it out, that's your switch. So you can see, like I said, you're gonna push, see if I can get my hand up here with it staying focused, push on the top there, and it pushes basically this whole sliding portion down and out, and then you pull it straight out and you're done. All right, so here we go. You can match them up just to make sure they're the same. Don't get them mixed up. Obviously you don't want to accidentally put the broken one back in. What I noticed is this one, which came off the truck, says the number there, 201G, whereas if you pick up the new one, it has nothing, and it does actually have the part number on the side. So there you go. You can pause it and get your part number if you want. But basically what you're going to do now, if you notice this has a bunch of notches, I believe this same switch is used in multiple Nissan vehicles. So depending where your brake pedal ends up, they can adjust it to make it work. Because when you put this in, of course, like I mentioned, you want this plunger to go all the way in so it's fitting tight against that plate, but not tight enough that you're actually going to move the brake pedal. So make sure you're not accidentally leaning on the pedal or anything like that when you put it in. All right, now installing this, what I recommend, put your arm underneath the brake pedal. Because like I said, when you're up there, you don't want it to accidentally be pushed down. You want it up where it goes. So if you have your arm under the brake pedal, worst case, you're going to put pressure up and it can't go any further up, so it's not going to hurt anything. Then this is orientated with the clip portion that plugs into the harness. Will go front driver's side door. You want it to aim that way. Don't turn it, keep it the same way. Then you come up in there. Now I'll try to do this with it focusing for you guys, but basically drop it in the hole up around here. Like such, and then again, you want it to be pushed down. Push it down, a little turn like that, and now it's locked into place. You can take your harness up here, line it up, like such, give it a push till you hear the click. You hear that click, you are now done. It's in place, everything's compressed properly, and you shouldn't have a Christmas tree on your dash anymore. All right, now one note to finish this video off for you guys that I said there's another way to do this. You can actually clean these things off. If you look in here, it's fine. It's on the inside of this where it kind of short circuits, and that's the issue that's making the lights on your dash come on. So if you look, you have a little hook there and a little hook here. You're gonna need two hands or a screwdriver or whatever, but get your nail in there, open that up, and these two parts will separate. All right, so you get the two parts separated, and just like I suspected, and like you can see in the video, you see down there, you got black soot. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner there, that one has been short-circuiting. So every time this fires up and you get a little spark, which is causing the black, that's when you're gonna get the lights on your dash popping up. So an option for this is, because this is actually where the other piece, the 4 prongs plug into, they'll go on that side. You can see the prongs. So what you can do is actually get a little screwdriver or something, is if you look in there, you can see the two little forks on the inside. Basically, what's happening is on this side, it's kind of hard to tell because it's black, but they're too compressed. You want to take that away a little bit from the thicker plate section there. So if you can get in there and just scrape that and clean it up, it's not going to fix the problem, but if you're driving and your dash is lit up like a Christmas tree and you're having a bunch of issues, if you unplug that, get a screwdriver, just scrape in there a little bit, clean it up as best as you can. Even get like a paper towel or something, put it on the end of a toothpick or a flathead screwdriver, get in there, wiggle it around, and that should solve your problem temporarily. It's not going to fix it permanently, but that right there is the issue you're having. That's why every time that thing sparks, and you can see because it's burnt, that you're getting those lights on your dash. And unfortunately for our truck, this little thing is connected to everything, because like you've seen in the video, all the lights come up, you get all the warnings, and I'm sure if you're watching this video, you probably have the same problem that I do. So again, that's your issue right there. All right, so there you go, guys. Hopefully that helped you out and fixed the problem for you. You saw in here, it's short-circuiting. I'm hoping that the new one, maybe they adjusted it, they might have changed it a little bit. I didn't bust open the new one because I don't want to break it or ruin it. But if it happens again, I'll let you guys know. If you're having this problem, chances are it's either your battery, like I thought it was. Check your battery first. Or if you don't want to check the battery or you don't want to buy a new battery, pull this sucker out. It takes only a couple seconds. Open it up. If you see the black like that, you know what your problem is. Luckily for me, I have the app with my tune from the guys at Z1, and I can check it. And again, I showed you the picture earlier in the video. That's what it was. It was telling me it's the brake switch, which clearly it is. You guys can see it's not full of crap now. But again, super simple. This thing I believe is like under 20 bucks. So not an expensive fix. It's just more of a pain in the butt than anything. But hopefully this video helped you out. Like and subscribe if it did. Let me know if you're having other issues. And hopefully we catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching.